Hi, I'm Marin Hance, and my assessment PowerPoint was on Accelerated Reader, which is also known as AR. The Accelerated Reader logo is up there at the top pictured. Accelerated Reader. Accelerated Reader is a computerized program that helps manage and monitor children's independent reading progress. The child picks a book at reading level and reads at own pace. When the child has completed reading, they will take a short multiple choice quiz. Feedback is given through results. Results can help set goals and direct further reading practice. So, this is just a quick overview, and I will go over more about Accelerated Reader in more detail in further slides. Knowledge of who created the assessment. Accelerated Reader was developed in 1984 by Judy Paul and was first marketed to schools in 1986. She created it in the basement of her home in Port Edwards, Wisconsin, as what she first named Read Up. She designed Accelerated Reader to encourage her children to read more books. Terrence Paul, Judy's husband, developed the software. So in the bottom right-hand corner, you see Judy and Terrence Paul, also known as Terry. And pictured in the middle there is their four children. Knowledge of what the test assess. Accelerated Reader is a computer program that schools use to monitor reading practice and progress. Accelerated Reader also helps teachers guide kids to books that are on their reading level. Kids take short quizzes after reading a book to check if they've understood it. So, pictured there is what the quizzes look like. Honestly, when I was a kid, I probably took that Diary of a Wimpy Kid quiz. But I actually remember it looking more like the left there because I remember it being super bright. Knowledge of how the assessment is administered. Every book has an Accelerated Reader quiz, which is given a point value. Points are computed based on the difficulty of the book and length of it. Difficulty of the book is based on ATOS readability level. Length of the book is based on the number of words in the book. Questions adjust to the child's responses. The test uses multiple choice questions and takes approximately 15 minutes. Children earn points by how well they do. For example, a child who takes a 5-question quiz on a book worth 1 point will earn 1 point for 5 correct answers at 100%. They are motivated to read challenging books to get more points. Quizzes with 3, 5, or 10 questions require a passing score of 60%. Quizzes with 20 questions require a passing score of 60%. So, as you can see there, I have pictured to the right a computer that would have the test administered, and kids would sit in front of it and take the quiz. And that's the type of computer I remember taking them at as a kid. So some key takeaways. Accelerated Reader is not a form of instruction. Accelerated Reader encourages independent reading at own level and pace. Kids with attention and working memory issues may have difficulty with AR quizzes, even if they have read and understood it. If a child struggles with the quizzes, they might need an alternative assessment tool. My brother has a learning disability and movement disorder, and I know that he really struggled with Accelerated Reader and the quizzes that went along with it, just because his comprehension wasn't quite there and he focused on key detail a lot. So it was really hard for him sometimes to get main idea, which is a lot of what the questions are like. So he just really struggled with that a little bit, and I know for sure he used some alternative assessments that would assess him better and his knowledge. So just some personal experiences. I observed a teacher who actually is at New Richmond Elementary, who is an intervention specialist at an elementary, and she hated AR. She felt it was unfair to her students because they weren't at the same reading level as the other students, so they were not able to earn the same amount of points the other students were to get the rewards for points that other students did. As a student, my elementary used AR, and I never pushed myself to read harder books. I actually found myself reading the easiest books I could to just finish them and take a quiz. I read right at my level, even if that meant I didn't get as many points. The tests were very boring for me because I was a hyper kid and it was very hard for me to stay focused. They were also a bright yellow screen, as I mentioned earlier, which drove me crazy. Our rewards totally blue, so I never cared that much. I pictured in the right hand upper corner there a picture of Hawaiian Punch because that was seriously one of like the big awards that we got for our points, which I thought was the stupidest thing ever. I think AR can be a really great assessment tool if it is used properly, and I think you really have to look at your students' interests to know what type of awards would really spark their interest to get them reading. So I guess it's just all about how you administer it and how you want to make your rewards. So thank you so much for watching, and here's some references here. Understood.org and Parents Guide Accelerator Reader 360, which had a lot of great questions answered, and it was super detailed with everything. So I would definitely take a look at that if you have any more questions. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate your time. Have a good night.